Hi, I'm Greg Gutfeld, or as I'm known at the home, Open Robe Kenny. Here's what's coming up. More protesters showing up at Trump rallies. Don't they have better things to do? The short answer, no. The long answer, no. The Paris terrorist attackers found in Brussels. But how long was he there? Did Belgium drop the waffle on catching these stupid losers? Plus, driverless cars. Will they kill us all? Or possibly kill us all? I'll tell you why we need to destroy them before they destroy us. And later, Joanne, Katherine, the great steak debate. Does Trump deserve the hate for not liking his rare, or is that unfair? I've missed you, America. Let's get started. I've got a ceramics class with Jude Law in an hour. Yes. What a sexy audience. All right, let's welcome tonight's guest. If political expertise were a rash, we'd have him covered in ointment. He's behind the great Showtime series, The Circus. It's political advisor Mark McKinnon. Nice hat. He has more tattoos than the 7th Fleet and more talent than every member of Menudo combined. He's the founding member of Jane's Addiction, a great band. And if you can still find him on Ink Master and the great new documentary, Morning Sun. It's Dave Navarro. And he's so tall, his hobby is peering over stalls in public bathrooms. You've probably seen his face. It's comedian Ben Kissel. And in her home, every cabinet is a liquor cabinet. It's Joanne Nosuchinsky. And she's like a tube of toothpaste on the floor, crestfallen. It's a terrible joke. National Review reporter Katherine Timpf. But first... Oh, welcome to the Trump Tower of Terror. Oh, yes, it's the scariest and funnest ride on earth. Once you get on, you may never get off. Last week in Chicago, total chaos. Saturday, New York City, a march to the Trump building. Arizona, they shut the road to Trump's rally. And this week in Utah, more protests, except they were calmer. What was missing? Alcohol. It's Utah, after all. Good for them. But also this lady, who's probably still shouting somewhere in a Chicago park.
Aren't you quite aware by holding that video camera on me that you are surrounded by your privilege, right? Take your privilege somewhere else, please, all right? Because your privilege is not welcome here. So unless you are here to dismantle your privilege, please find somewhere else to go.
That was the opposite of appealing. So here's an exercise. If you are worried about the Republicans or Trump, think of that lady. Under Clinton, that could be Secretary of Education. Still, we're told if Trump's elected, it's going to be anarchy. But if he's not elected, it's going to be anarchy, too. We've got predictions of chaos and riots, even from Trump himself.
I don't think you can say that we don't get it automatically. I think you'd have riots.
But don't worry. It's not like these riots are violent.
What do you think about the idea that he was suggesting that there would be violence, threatening that there would be violence?
I don't think he said violence. He said riots, and
riots are violence by definition.
Well, I don't accept that.
And why should you, sir? But riots are nothing when you consider an alien invasion.
It's hiding in plain view, folks. It's not of this world. I don't know exactly what it is or what it's doing, but this is not human intelligence, okay? It's not human intelligence!
Now, when he said not human intelligence, he wasn't kidding. I feel like he ripped off this guy.
The 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night.
See, I'm thinking Alex could use some music.
I want to go to space. I want to see interdimensional travel. I want what God promised us, and I won't sit here and watch Satan steal it. That's the fight. That's the key. That's everything.
So much better. So are we actually heading to the dark days? There are signs. Full House returned. I don't remember America asking for that. And conservatives, so fearful of Trump, are now holding secret meetings to actually stop him. We were there.
I want to mourn the loss of all the old growth trees I've seen.
Meanwhile, the left is planning more mass protests to stop Trump. We have footage of that, too.
I want to mourn of all the old growth trees I've seen.
You get my point. If you didn't know any better, you'd think Trump is a well-off Freddy Krueger, Leatherface in an orange fright wig, Chucky all grown up. The Economist magazine calls him a top global economic threat. Everyone is scared shitless. But of what? None of us know. Without a paper trail of political accomplishment, Trump is a mystery bag of adorable bluster. He's that Kardashian we never see. Until now. Is that so bad? For so long, the world has been scaring us. Crowds burning flags, shouting death to America, and so on. Is it so bad that now that we are the ones generating fear around the globe? I live in New York City, where there's always a really scary drunk guy on each block. It's unnerving. But it's not unnerving if you're the really scary drunk guy. Pants off, shirt ripped, waving a discarded field hockey stick, a scent of human waste in the air. Fear brings a sense of freedom that you never had. So maybe Trump is turning America into the really scary drunk guy on the block that we call Earth. Remember, this used to be us.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you got to do is call. And I will be there, yes, I'll be there. You got a friend.
And now we're this. If that's what America is going to become, who'd want to mess with that?
Period.
All right, Mark, you're the campaign trail expert here. How truly terrified should we be of a Trump presidency?
It's Freddy Krueger time.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because you're part of the establishment?
That's we're holding up the mirror of this election, and it's looking increasingly like it's going to be a Trump-Clinton race.
Yeah. What's wrong with having...
Everybody's pretty excited about that prospect.
Yeah, well, what's wrong with the planet Earth being scared of this? Isn't that good?
This is democracy in action. Mm-hmm. This is the best and the brightest.
Yes, it really is. I think you're being sarcastic. Dave, always a pleasure to have you here, even though it's your first time. That made no sense. Are you afraid of Trump?
I'm afraid of what's going on in the GOP. I'm afraid of the process that's happening right now. Because we have a front runner who is polarizing and scary, and he's making a lot of people really nervous. But it seems to be what the people are asking for.
Right.
Yet, we have the GOP in back rooms trying to prevent this from happening. So I worry more about democracy right now at this point. Because what we're dealing with now is we got potentially someone who's in danger of being indicted, or we have a bully who doesn't know specific policy and can't give us any more than 4 talking points, or a third option that we have yet to decide what that is, or have it be decided for us.
I think you should be the third option.
I kind of
that
agree
answer.
with that. I'm moving it.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah.
The most fully tattooed president since James Polk.
Right. Sure.
Oh, yeah, you should have seen what he had on his back.
He had a tramp stamp.
Yeah, he had a tramp stamp.
Little scorpion.
And you have a Trump stamp, which is funny.
Yeah, kind of.
You have a Trump stamp.
Oh, yeah, I love every second of it.
It's
Women
funny,
love it.
And it's funny, at certain times of the day, it reads Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to Trump.
Very bizarre.
Hello.
Anyway,
Depending on what
nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, depending on what pictures I'm looking on at the internet.
Ben, you are a comedian, or so you claim. We have no proof of that. If Trump is president, does that make your job harder or easier?
It makes it easier. Trump speaks at a 4th grade level. That's a fact. And I kind of want him to be president because then we don't need free college because you don't have to go.
There you go.
The country will be so stupid because our leader will be so dumb that a 6th grade education will make you 2 grades smarter than he is.
See, I think Donald Trump is brilliant because...
I do too. I want to say this really quick. When it comes to the GOP and the establishment, they made a massive mistake when they continued to fiddle with the rules. In 2012, they put the Ron Paul rule in, which states you have to win 50% of delegates in 8 or more states. Otherwise, you can't be on the ballot in case of a brokered convention. And now they're forced to be in a position where they're going to have to repeal that law. And as soon as they do that, we know for a fact we're going to a brokered convention. The GOP needs to stop fiddling with the rules of democracy like a ADHD kid at a bobblehead convention fiddles with everything, or how Bill Clinton fiddles with everything at the Museum of Sex. They just need to stop messing with democracy.
Wow.
You know he would be the one who touches all the displays, and you're not supposed to.
Can I ask a question?
I'm not supposed to sit on this?
Would there be more of an outcry, though? Because the GOP is fiddling with democracy. Would there be more of an outcry if what they were doing was kind of like not the best idea? You know what I mean? Like, they're kind of taking care of what the protesters are up to.
I can't think
for them.
I can't think right now because Dave Navarro just touched me, everybody. So I am the happiest man on the face of the planet.
You'll be saying that in court, Dave Navarro.
Yes. Yeah.
Where did he touch? Show me where he touched you on this doll.
He touched me on my Donald Trump tattoo.
Yes. All right, Joanne. We keep talking about women, how Trump is having problems with women and Hillary's having problems with men, more ways than one. Is this going to be a big obstacle for Donald? How can he win women over?
That's the thing. We're at a point where I don't know that you're really winning over new people or losing supporters just because protesters say you should. I think that people's minds are kind of made up, but I do think that you are going to see with Trump as the GOP nominee and Hillary that he is going to change tactics a little bit. He's going to have to, and I think he's a smart man, and so we're going to see that. I would like to say, though, Trump as president would not be the end of the world. If anything, we will have 4 years of nothing. It will just be 4 years of nothing getting done because thankfully our government prevents him from ruining everything.
What is amazing is how transparent and candid he is about the fact that he's going to change. He says, oh yeah, I'll change.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be different.
I could be the most politically correct leader you will ever see.
He's missing major opportunities to change now in the face of the rioting that's happening and all that stuff that's going on with the protesters, to be presidential and speak to the people and say, listen, you guys have a right to protest. You guys have a right. This is what makes this nation great. Do it peacefully and speak to both sides.
Except when they crash a convention, then what do you do? I want to bring Kat in there because he's fuming over there.
That's because Ben mentioned my celebrity crush, Ron Paul.
Yes.
So I'm still all hot and bothered over here thinking about Ron.
Say something.
Not Rand. Ron's
powerful.
the hot one. Sorry.
Say something powerful about this. What we're talking about.
You know, I think that everybody's scared because we're all scared of what we don't understand. And we can't understand anything about what's going on in this election. Everyone thought Trump would go away. He's not going away.
You know who makes me feel good? Ben Carson, because he said, if this turns out to be bad. Yeah, it's true. But he said something very smart. He said, don't worry, it's only 4 years. It's like a dad saying when you wake up with a nightmare, it's not really happening. He's basically saying if this goes south, you know. But I go back to my original point. If the Globe was a city block, we always had to be the policeman. Now we can be the crazy guy. Is that so bad? No?
Well, I think what would be worst is a socialist country.
Yeah.
I don't know why that didn't make the list of like the worst case scenarios on the Economist or whatever that
rag is. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. Next, a story so mind-boggling, I've forgotten what it is. The epic battle shaping up between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Is it good versus evil, or is it evil versus evil? Either way, I'm stocking up on gold and silver and reverse mortgaging my catheter. The election cycle is getting uglier than Gary Busey in a Christmas sweater. But it's going to get worse, because barring any indictments or contested conventions, Hillary and Donald may become the party nominees, and now they're setting their sights on each other. Trump's already put out this ad. Meantime, during Hillary Clinton's Super Tuesday victory speech, she actually congratulated Bernie Sanders on his campaign, then proceeded to trounce Trump.
When we hear a candidate for president call for rounding up 12 million immigrants, banning all Muslims from entering the United States, when he embraces torture, that doesn't make him strong, it makes him wrong.
Blah, 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 blah. Then there's this anti-Trump ad from a right-leaning super PAC where women read some of Donald Trump's past comments on women.
Real quotes from Donald Trump about women. A person who is very flat-chested is very hard to be a 10.
I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. Look at that face. Would anyone vote for that?
She had the height, she had the beauty. She was crazy. These are minor details.
You know, it really doesn't matter what they write, as long as you've got a young and beautiful piece of
women. You have to treat them like
But things got really weird in the extended cut, which our crack staff uncovered.
A person who is very flat-chested is very hard to be a 10.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
You know, it really doesn't matter what they write, as long as you've got a young and beautiful piece of
She's got a ticket to ride, but she don't care.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Oh, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up.
I like it when the beat go, dunna, dunna. Baby, make your booty go, dunna, dunna.
She had the sightless eyes, telling me no lies, knocking me out with those American thighs.
women. You have to treat them like
That was unexpected. All right, Dave, by the way, we were talking about this in the green room. What do you feel about this matchup? Do you think that the polls show Hillary way ahead, or 8 points ahead? Do you think there is a possibility that Trump can close that gap?
He's not doing a good job of it right now. I mean, like I said, he really needs to speak to the undecideds and maybe open up his rhetoric a bit to be a little bit more inclusive.
Yeah.
Because right now, his base is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're immovable. But if he and I worry about, actually look forward to watching one or the other, the two of them on the debate stage, because she's going to destroy him.
It's good to be. I don't know if it's weird though, because he gets under people's skin, Ben.
He does. He does get under people's skin, that's for sure.
Gets under his own skin.
He does, yeah. Yeah, they stole all of his punchlines.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a commercial of them stealing his punchlines there. It's interesting what's happening. I think that Bernie supporters are going to be extremely upset.
Yeah.
Because the fix was in from the beginning to make sure his campaign never had legs.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think they're going to go out and support Hillary. As a matter of fact, some of the white working class Bernie supporters who feel as if they've been left out of the economic success that many people in the country have felt, they might go over to Trump. He can flank her on the left when it comes to her foreign policy experience, which is more war hawkish, than W. Bush. If you look what happened with Libya, and of course, her support in Iraq. So I think it's going to be a fascinating experiment.
That was an in-depth answer I didn't expect from you.
Yeah, not a problem.
Mark, you have
to tell a joke now.
Yeah.
I failed miserably.
Mark, this could be the most entertaining, if this happens, if it's Hillary versus Trump, could be the most entertaining battle in the history of
Somebody
politics.
should do a weekly documentary series about it. Because it's a circus.
It really is a circus. That's a plug.
By the way, the dog barking bit from Hillary, I think, is her best moment of the campaign. If I were her campaign, I'd put that in her ad.
Yes.
Because it's so authentic. It was so real. It's like, God, what a great human moment that was, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Her most human moment was acting like an animal.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, Mark.
I also tell my Democratic friends, beware of what you ask for. And there's two ways to run, scared and unopposed. So, and the thing about Trump is he's just, you can't plan for what he's going to do.
That's
right?
it. That's it. He's the most unpredictable thing since.
But is that the only reason why the left is afraid to run against him? Because they have never tangled with an opponent like that.
Yeah, he has no paper trail. He has no bureaucracy.
He's not buoyed by any actual policy or belief, which is quite helpful. It's interesting. Hillary Clinton has become Bernie Sanders, if you listen to her rhetoric. And everyone always talks about how Donald Trump has the dog whistle out when it comes to racism and things. And Hillary Clinton just became a dog.
Yeah.
So you get the feeling she's just going to go with that strategy. She's like, he uses a dog whistle, I'll become a dog.
Wow, that's a great point. All right, Kat, here's the interesting thing, too. You're going to have two people that were once friends, I believe. Hillary was at Donald Trump's wedding. Yeah. And this has got to be awkward when you're debating, when you've had such a history. He gave money to her. He gave lots of money to her.
I don't know. Are people that rich capable of true friendship? I really don't. I think maybe he'll just throw everybody for a loop, and then he'll go even more left than Bernie. And his supporters won't notice because they're just too busy insulting anybody who says anything bad about him to actually listen to what he's saying or anything like that. And then the Bernie ones will come over, he'll win. That, that could be a thing he could do. Hope he wasn't listening to that.
Yeah, there you go. Joe, could Hillary Clinton be inaugurated in jail on Skype. She could Skype her inaugural address.
So long as it becomes a reality TV
Yes,
show,
yes.
then I am totally on board to watch the whole season. We're definitely going to see more of these attack ads. However, I caution people who are watching them to remember, so much of it is taken out of context. And unfortunately, yes, unfortunately for you, Greg, there's something floating around the internet right now of things you've said in the past. I don't know if you've actually seen it. Can we roll that?
Real Greg Gutfeld quotes as read by his staff.
It's time to embrace the metric system.
I really don't like to talk to people. My breakdown on the debate, I won, everyone else lost.
Are we done with this meeting yet?
You know who else didn't go to college? Charles Manson.
Are you guys in the control room taking a nap?
I don't like the way my hair looks, so we're doing the whole show over.
I really did say those things.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive.
Yes, I mean, it can work against anyone or in anyone's favor. Some of those quotes were.
I don't know. I think I came out looking pretty good after that.
Yeah.
All right. Still to come. I get tacos, but that's after the show with my close friend Carl Weathers. But first, score one for the good guys. Police capture a Paris terror suspect. What should we do with him? I have a suggestion that involves water and boarding. Yes, it's time for a news mullet. That's a serious story up front and a party in the back. First up, ISIS, Salah Abdeslam, for short, the main ghoul behind the Paris terrorist attacks that killed 130 people, was shot and arrested during a police raid in Belgium on Friday. He's been on the run since November. And earlier this week, an American who surrendered to Kurdish forces after joining ISIS in January says he has a few regrets. Mohammed Jamal Kawais, obviously Irish, who grew up in Virginia, says he wasn't really into the intensive religious training and that he, quote, made a bad decision and wasn't thinking straight.
At the time, I made a decision to go because I wasn't thinking straight. On the way there, I regretted I didn't see myself living in that environment. I wanted to go back to America.
Love the hand shot. Note to other millennials considering an ISIS career, eating at Chipotle is making a bad decision. Joining ISIS is just stupid. All right.
Leave it off the
Yeah, Mark, good point. He's going to have to leave that off his resume.
Yeah, gonna have to.
But all they're going to do is Google his name, and they're going to find out, oh, in between working at Walmart and self-publishing his journal, he was in ISIS.
Not to mention, he's a proven flip-flopper.
Yes, he is. You can't count on that guy.
No, but you know who will hire him? Some university in the future. Give some nice liberal lectures, and, all will be forgotten.
Yes. His interviewer will go like, so you were only with ISIS for a few months. The reason for leaving? Do you have any references? You have Osama bin Laden, but I think he's dead. I don't know.
We're actually interviewing someone who was with ISIS for 8 months, so I think we're going to go with that.
Specializes in waterboarding.
Yes, yes. I see you weren't promoted at all. I guess you weren't doing any beheading. Kat, he left. One of the reasons why he left, no smoking.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, he changed his mind. It's kind of like sometimes you ever get invited to a party. It's like there's gonna be chicks there. I get a truck, awesome. He goes. He's like, whoa, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. So he wants to come back, but he can't come back.
No.
People have shut me out for way less than trying to join ISIS. I feel like all my ex-boyfriends should text me back. It's not like I tried to join ISIS.
Yeah, that's why we keep you over there. You know what kills me about this whole story? I found out that Belgium has a ban on police raids. You can't do them between 5 and 9 a.m. It's like a rule on playing loud music in a dorm. This makes no sense to me. Is this crazy?
That's why they're always well rested when they get arrested.
Exactly.
It's amazing. In this country, we wake them up at midnight or 12:30, but they're always nice.
So there's a lot of bank robbery between 5 and 9?
Well, they're obviously running terrorist errands. Yeah. They're not going to be there.
But you know what's so interesting? First of all, I believe you get one free jihadi pass a year, But this person is going to be the most patriotic American in the history of the country because he was against America. He saw what the other side was, and now he's going to come back and I think he's fully embracing freedom.
Dave, what should we do with him?
Don't we have a 6x4 cell somewhere we can throw this guy?
Yeah.
And just squeeze him for intel?
That's a New York condo.
But here's the thing.
Exactly.
But was he even there long enough to have intel?
Yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah, he was.
That's the question.
He really just showed. You know what? He was just a guy who decided to follow a band. That's what it was.
I don't think there were a lot of music in ISIS.
At the end of the day, he just decided like the rigorous religious training, it just really wasn't for him.
Exactly. Yeah. He went there for the chicks. Joe, do you buy a story? He claims he met an Iraqi girl in Turkey and she helped him join. Isn't it always the woman?
Oh, yeah. We're very powerful. But also, it's just a regular millennial. Can't commit.
Yeah.
To a woman, to an idea, to a job.
Yeah.
Can't fault us for that.
Yeah, that is true. All right.
You knew there wouldn't be much competition.
Yeah, that is true as well. He was found in, the other guy was found in Molenbeek, which sent 100 ISIS fighters at a village from 80,000. It's like a farm league. I don't understand this. All right, let's go to the mullet. The times, they are a-changing. I just came up with that. Modeling agency IMG has signed a plus-size male model. Meet Zach Miko, or as I like to call him, Zach Miko. He's 6'6", has a 40-inch waist, and with eyes so blue you want to wear them like a pair of button-fly jeans. By the way, IMG prefers the term brawn for its plus-size male models, curve for its plus-size female models like Ashley Graham, and what the hell is that when they see me naked? Okay. All right, I didn't know this about you, Ben.
Yes.
You are a plus-size male model.
I am a plus-size male model. I went on auditions for Destination Extra Large, Get Back to Me, and Kmart, Get Back to Me. And this guy, 6'6", I'm 6'7", and I'm a size 38. I'm so much better than, what is it, Milo?
Yes.
You're pathetic, Milo. I'm coming for your gig.
Yes. I think they call you the husky model. They don't want to hurt your feelings.
When I was super fat, I lost 160 pounds. When I was super fat, my suit size was 54 portly. That's true. So I cried a lot. I did.
54 portly.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a rude one.
It's like my password. Dave, you date models, so you're also kind of an expert.
I have no expert on the plus size part.
So you do date models.
I think you're on the wrong side of the fence.
But wasn't John Goodman at one point the sexiest man alive or the sexiest actor alive? This isn't really new.
Yeah, it's true. By the way, isn't the plus-size guy just a normal guy? I mean, think about it.
It could be just a ploy by the fashion industry to sell more garments to people that otherwise wouldn't buy them.
Yes.
I mean, when's the last time that plus-size people walked into couture boutiques?
Yes, that's true.
Now they will.
They don't let us in. Don't you understand? We want to go into the boutiques, but they're terrified of allowing us to enter.
Our original model was Jackie Gleason, right? I mean, that's...
By the way, back then in the early 40s or 50s, you could have overweight men could wear a suit and still look good. But you know what? Modeling's over. It's all going to be robots, right? It's all going to be robots. Robots are getting hotter.
Self-driving models.
Self-driving models. In fact, they do mechanical cocaine. I don't know how that works. But I have advice to hot kids: look for another line of work. Kat, I don't need to see clothes on models, right? I find them. I think it takes away from everything. Do you agree?
Yeah, well, they put on clothes for a living, so I think that you do need to see clothes on models. It's kind of the whole thing. I don't know why. I mean, like, she's hot, right? And that guy's hot, and it's like, okay, they're a little bit bigger than everyone else, and now all of a sudden they're heroes. Like, that's not progress. When we have little, short, dwarf male models like you, Greg, then that will really be some progress, right? You should write a letter.
Well, by the way, I have written many letters to models. All right. Next up, showers and thunderstorms will continue to develop this weekend. Note, showers and thunderstorms are what I call my pecs. But first, are driverless cars the tool of Satan, or is Satan the tool of driverless cars? I wrote both questions on NyQuil.
If you'll be in the New York area and would like to be part of our studio audience, email Greg Tix at foxnews.com.
I have a theory. Driverless cars will kill us all. You see, recently a self-driving Google car hit the road and then it hit a bus. In this highly compelling video, the self-driving SUV is on the right. Its path blocked by some sandbags, so it tried to maneuver around them and then drifted into the path of a bus. So that car chose to avoid a sandbag, good, Preferring the path of a bus, bad. No one was hurt, but it got me thinking. If driverless cars are the future, what happens when they have to make a decision about what to hit? This car chose to hit a bus instead of a sandbag. That scares me. Now consider this example, okay? A family of 4 is riding in their new driverless car along a cliffside road. This is already a terrible idea. The car's sensors detect an obstacle, an adorable dog. What does the car do? Perhaps to avoid hitting the dog, the car swerves out of the way and sends this family vacation to a terrible end. Everyone dies, but thank God the mutt is okay. So there you have it. Driverless cars are going to kill us all to save dogs. This has been... All right, Dave, would you trust a self-driving car? I wouldn't.
It would depend on what class I got. I think the S-class car would protect the driver or the passenger, whereas the C-class would end up going over the mountain.
Yes, yeah, you have to buy the more expensive car who will kill the dog.
But would you why do we want more automobiles on the road with lifeless forces operating them? We already have millions of them all the way across the country.
Yeah. So true. What about you, Ben? Can you fit in a car, first of all?
No, I can't fit in a car. I've never been in one, but I hear they're really nice.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like it's going to make it more difficult for that murder plot to go through if the car is constantly stopping every time you try to hit your neighbor when he pulls out.
You can't run over anybody.
No, you can't do it.
However, you know, you do it. It's a reverse hit. If you want somebody in the car to die, you run in front of the car when they're on it.
I see.
Yes, and then the car goes off the road. Mark, you are a brainy person. Have you ever thought about the morals of, like, technology? Isn't this disturbing?
I just want a car that pumps its own gas.
Yeah, that's true, too. But that's never going to happen.
Changes its own tires.
Yeah, that'll never happen. You're dreaming, Mark. You're dreaming.
Isn't this broadcasting to ISIS members that, you know what, we don't have to blow ourselves up anymore?
Yeah.
We'll just send the cars.
That's true. Joe's
Oh, gosh, that's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
That's a whole nother theory for another week.
Yes.
I think that I would love a robot that could make all of my moral decisions for me. How wonderful would that be? Because then you are the one not responsible. I guess it's whoever made the self-driving car would be held responsible in that situation, but it wouldn't be me, and I would be too drunk to defend myself anyway.
That's what you're really saying. A driverless car means you can sit in the back and get wasted.
Yeah.
Doesn't the driver of the car get to choose the music, thow? What are these machines listening to?
Yes,
it's going to be terrible.
They'll be listening to industrial.
I was going to say, yeah, or the cars.
Ministry. They only listen to Ministry. All right, Kat. Our robot's going to take over the world, and do you care?
Yes, and I don't really care. No, it's okay. I mean, they could be very nice, more nice than regular people.
Yes.
And I don't want to have to drive a car because I'm bad at it.
Well, actually, kind of in a weird way, you already put a robot in your mouth when you vape, right? That's a mechanical device.
Yes, it's a mechanical device that gives me nicotine, which makes me happy, and I love it. So even if it kills me, it's better to live a life of love than one without it.
Oh, that is
beautiful, right, guys? Thanks.
No, it's not beautiful. It's sad.
Yeah, well,
true.
Not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, that is.
Have you seen the Lifetime channel?
I have. I live for it. All right, we learned nothing, and I'm fully prepared to learn even less in the next block. He's known for his hair, but he won't eat steak rare. Should I care? Joanne and Katherine in the hardest-hitting debate of all time, next. Good evening, and welcome to the 7th hour of the Great Steak Debate, live from the Reagan Library. I'm your moderator, Bill O'Reilly. So last week, Donald Trump's longtime butler revealed to the New York Times, an actual paper, that the Republican frontrunner orders his steak well done. So well done, in fact, that it's like a rock on a plate. Here to debate whether a man who orders his steak well done can effectively run this country that we call America, Joanne Nosuchinsky and Katherine Timpf. Kat, yes, you can applaud. They don't really deserve it, but fine. Kat, some argue that this piece of information about well-done steak is worthy of disqualification. Is it?
Absolutely. People who order their steak well done, they either have no taste or they're paranoid about bacteria. We don't need another paranoid president. This proves that a vote for Trump would amount to a vote for carpet bombing every country. Look at this map. The countries highlighted in yellow are the ones that will be carpet bombed by a president who insists on a well-done steak. If you'll notice, Greg, it's all the countries, even Canada. What do you have against Canada?
I have a lot against Canada, but we can't get into that here. Joanne, is it possible that Trump just doesn't like steak?
That's impossible, Greg. As we know, Trump sold a very successful line of steaks that were incredibly delicious and liked by everyone. And there's nothing more American than red meat, even if it's gray. Consider this. A very real 60-minute survey found that 36% of Americans prefer well-done hamburgers compared to 19% medium rare. So if anything, Trump reflects the preferences of the people.
He's making meat great again. Kat, will a president who eats rock-hard beef appear weak to other countries?
It shows he's a man afraid of blood. And if you're afraid of blood, how can you defend a country? How can you fight ISIS?
All right, I have to jump in here. I disagree. Okay, a rubbery steak requires a lot of chewing, and the mandible is the strongest bone in the human face, and he's showing his strength and power to the rest of the world with every bite.
But maybe Trump overcooks all of his food. You ever think of that?
As he should. The president does not have time for food poisoning, and neither do I. I eat steak well done just like our future president, which makes me a great American.
That's a lie. That's a lie. She eats her steak medium rare, and I can prove it. Exhibit A. Does that steak look well done to you, Greg?
It's as red as her dress.
Yeah, but you know, Kat, I have never even seen you eat.
I don't. Thanks to these appetite-suppressing Digirette brand electronic cigarettes. I don't even miss it.
Kat, that was clearly a ploy for an e-cig company to send you free products.
No, but 1211 Avenue of the Americas, but no.
Well, I kind of respect that. All right. Closing statements, Kat.
A president who orders steak well done will no doubt lead to World War III. It's your choice, voters. Blood in the steak or blood on your hands.
There's nothing more conservative than avoiding rare meat. If you want a job to be done well, get a guy who orders his steak well done. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, as usual, we've learned nothing from these two, and now I'm starving. Don't go anywhere. Audience trivia is up next. The greatest parting gifts you will ever see in the history of television are on the line. Stick around. It's time for parting gifts. That's where lucky audience members will gain a memento from my office for their Greg Gutfeld shrine. Here we go. This is very interesting. The first gift is possibly one of the greatest gifts ever. It's a full box set of the Planet of the Apes TV series. This is not the movie. This is the TV series. It ran for, I think, 1 season, and it's 3 DVDs. I watched all of them, and I never want to watch them again. So the question is, who was the guy yelling conspiracy theories in the A block? Greg Gutfeld, Donald Trump, Alex Jones, all of the above. Anybody? Alex Jones. Oh, I'll give it to you. Here you go, sir. Well, I don't want to throw it because if it hits you in the face, I get sued. It'll be the 3rd time this week. All right. I don't even know if that was the right answer because I thought maybe I yelled one too. All right. This microphone's very special to me. I had it removed. Or actually, the emergency room had it removed. I fall on a lot of things. Okay. The next. This is an actual George W. Bush doll. Yes, you can hold it. You can hold it for now. What are you doing to it? Anyway. Which of these things did Greg's staff quote him saying in that confessional video? Time for my daily foot massage. If you can't beat them, stalk them. I don't like the way my hair looks. We're going to do the... well, I'm going to have to give it to her because you had it in your hand anyway. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get it from you because, frankly, you frightened me. All right, congratulations. All right, last question. This is interesting. A lot of people don't realize that there are certain things that are in the show that end up not ending up in the show. Can you open this for me, sir? We were going to do a whole show on a whole segment on North Korea, but we ran out of room. So this was a poster that they made for me. All right. So anyway, if the winner has to guess what this what that text says up there. It says, "What does the Korean text in this propaganda poster say?" Greg is the tallest man I've ever seen. In unicorn we trust. Greg is superior and likes bacon.
Greg superior likes bacon.
There you go. It was C. C. There you go, sir.
Thank you.
I will sign it for $400. All right. Well, I think that went well, right? Oh, thank you. All right. Quick program note. There is no show next weekend. It's Easter weekend. We're going to be back on Saturday, April 2nd. Thanks to Mark McKinnon. Great job. The great Dave Navarro. Ben Kissel, Joanne and Katherine. I'm Greg Gutfeld, and I love you, America.
Only darkness. Every day, not the line. Who run the world? Girls. Who run the world? Girls. Who run the world? Girls. I can't get through 4. Woo. Okay, let me do it again.
Baby, make your booty go. Okay, sorry, I think all the songs I know are always about butts, and I'm really sorry. Okay.